Barbara here on Garbage Talk, and today we have the latest documentary called The Garbage Takeover. Now to them!
It's getting better, but we can do better. I think we're on our way.
Relatively, I don't think we're the worst country, but I don't think we're the best country. I think that there's so much more that we can do and so many more innovative ideas that I think with the right motivation, government and companies can do so much more.
Not really, especially in around our school. And if that's a small sector of the earth, I wonder how much garbage is actually in Canada.
I don't really know that much about waste disposal and everything like that, but so I do imagine that we're probably a lot better than most places, but I'm sure anything we have a long way to go.
That's garbage right there. A nice Coke bottle. It's a shame this place looked all clean, but it wasn't. On average, Canada generates 720 kilograms of waste per capita. In 2008, Canadians produced over 1,031 kilograms of waste per person. Now that's a lot.
That's day one. Day one.
We're going where the things in the garbage should be recycled. Investigation. Okay, so we already see a Starbucks cup, which is actually not recyclable, and we see glass bottles, plastic.
If you see over there, with plastic.
That is not recyclable. That blue garbage thing. The gum, certain parts. Oh no, that is recyclable.
Yeah, just some
and
of the
there's
stuff.
some more.
Is that a condom?
Yeah. There's a condom, folks.
This is a children's park.
Okay, this is gonna smell more.
I don't want to stick my camera in here.
Yeah. So again, the Tim Hortons cup lid is recyclable. So the poo. There's a bunch of poo, which is in the dump.
Isn't that decomposable?
That should be in the
green bin.
box.
That's what I was thinking. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna continue looking and solve these issues.
But there's no green bin in the park. So
Which there definitely should be.
So Morgan told me to open the boxes.
And this is at a school. It's a public school.
Public?
Elementary school?
It's not
But
middle
it's
school,
not.
I don't think.
It's not a Catholic school. It's public.
This is recycling?
Yeah, that's apparently recycling. So they do have recycling here.
And it's all boxes.
Oh,
So
this
they
looks
do-
so good. Oh,
So they did separate it?
so they do separate it. Wait, and that's recycling. It looks everything looks good
I
there.
think it's garbage.
Yeah, G1. I think that's garbage. It looks kind of. Yeah, this is garbage. This is all garbage, and you can see that they could separate it because it's all in plastic bags.
Done.
So
separating.
this school's an A+. Good job.
Good job. I'll figure out what the school's called. But yeah.
It's a public school,
elementary
not a
school.
Catholic school.
So
All right.
public schools
Yeah.
A+.
Schools like Loretto Abbey don't actually have a recycling or compost. They just have garbage, and this causes more garbage production that is not needed.
So I'm now heading to my mom's elementary school, and we're gonna see what kind of garbage that they have and the kind of different ones that we don't, like the food recycling and paper recycling, stuff like that. So stay tuned.
Several sun-filled hours later.
Okay, so I'm here at the school, so I'm just going to walk in and I will let you know what happens. Yeah.
So we took it to the streets and asked some citizens if they really know the difference between garbage and recycling. Let's see what they have to say.
Starbucks, the plastic cups?
Yeah.
They would go into the garbage.
The garbage bin?
Okay, I think I read an article on this. I'm pretty sure that you're supposed to put it in the garbage, but I thought that there was recycling. I'm not really sure actually. Usually I put it in recycling though.
Recycling? Unfortunately, they go in the garbage.
Yes, correct.
In the recycling.
Recycling bin?
Gosh. I think that I would put that one into the recycling as well, as long as it's like the paper kinds or paper kinds.
Recycling?
Do you, like, whenever you throw something out, do you always, like, take the time to make sure it goes in the right bin?
Yeah, because otherwise you ruin the entire recycling bin. If you put something in the wrong, and they don't catch it, and it has food on it, then you actually ruin an entire batch of food, of recycled materials. So you have to do that.
Okay, awesome!
We have a new vow that we're only gonna have our own cups when we go to Starbucks because we know that.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah! Lauren, what do you have?
So I found garbage over here, so I'm picking it up so that it doesn't end up in the water.
It doesn't hurt these guys?
Because they're so cute and they live here, so we don't want to damage their home.
True. Yeah. It's like overflowing garbage. There's no recycling, there's no compost.
There's no sign of what it is, and it's like completely full. Like I tried to put the garbage in, but I also don't want to stick my hand all the way in. So, and I don't know what this is anyway that I just touched, but it's just kind of sad because there's like a lot of wind. It's probably gonna end up over here.
Yeah.
So we're like right across the street from where we were at the park.
And all this litter here, there's a tire,
like a tire.
piece of a tire.
And all this garbage, like everywhere.
It really shows how the government's just not like the ones that are really causing the garbage to like be this way. It's also humans themselves individually.
China, Canada's largest importer of recycled waste, have changed their criteria on the recycled waste they receive. If China is no longer taking our recycled waste, it is going to end up in the garbage, meaning Canada will no longer recycle. The Conference Board of Canada gave Canada a C grade and ranked it in 15th place among 17 developed nations and is ahead of the US and Australia. Toronto has the highest recycled contamination rate at 26%. It costs more than $1.5 billion per year to dispose of garbage. Truck recycling in Toronto has increased so much that inspectors are going around inspecting the recycling bins. If the recycling bin does not only have recyclable materials, the bin will be tagged and the unrecyclable materials will be left. The second time around, the bin will not be collected, and any time after that, the owner will be fined.
That's a good question. Well, once your garbage is taken to a landfill, it can cause air, soil, and water contamination. As a result, our drinking water can be affected through toxic chemicals from the garbage, and once the garbage rots, it releases methane, contributing to climate change. Not only that, but our garbage ends up in places like the sea, which is actually our biggest landfill. If we were to combine the two largest garbage patches in the ocean, they would be 5 times the size of England. This leads to killing wildlife and releasing toxic chemicals into our ocean.
So what's the solution? Glad you asked that. We need to reduce, reuse, and recycle. We also need to make sure that we're more knowledgeable of what our garbage affects and can lead to.
Slowly, Canada is trying to improve their recycling rate. Edmonton and Toronto are slowing down their recycling conveyor belts to better sort through garbage, changing the items it accepts and upgrading its plant's technology to better sort out our contamination, and are observing residents' recycling bins and are considering fining violators.
Waste collection in Norway is based on a 4-container system: a green bag for food waste, plastic and residual waste, another container for paper and cardboard, and a third for glass and metal packaging. Lastly, a red bin collects electronic and hazardous waste.
And that's it for the garbage takeover. Back to you, Barbara.